My name is Darren Creed and I'm a chef lecturer from Loughborough College, and today we're going to be continuing our tutorials on the cold dressings. So we've made the vinaigrette and we're moving on now to the French dressing. Now there's a lot of classical misconceptions around what is a French dressing and what is a vinaigrette. For me, it's the addition of the mustard. So the choice of mustard should be French. You've got the choice of your classic French mustard or Dijon. So today we're going to use a Dijon mustard. And it's still the classical 3-to-1, but maybe a little bit more with an addition of water if need be. So we start with the mustard, then we start with our vinegar. So again, I'm using a Blanco vinegar. It's a little bit sweeter, gives it a little bit more flavour. Then we're using a mixture of olive oil and rapeseed oil. So we start to bring the oil and the vinegar, the mustard and the vinegar together to make a little emulsion, and like a paste, or some people call it a slurry. And it's important that first stage is well mixed and well combined. When that's in, we can then start to go with our oil. Again, slowly add the oil. We don't want this to split, and we're trying to make this a nice smooth emulsification. I'm using a microfiber cloth and a pastry ring just to hold the bowl in place for me. It gives it much more control, and I can then freely mix this as we go in. So we're adding the oil around 3-to-1. It might take a little bit more. And again, I'm going to mix it together, making sure it's not splitting, keeping it moving at all times, and the oil is going in at a steady pace, and I'm just mixing it around all the way around. If this started to split a little bit, we could use a little bit of water to bring it back, but at the minute this is coming together really nicely. So when you compare the French dressing and the vinaigrette together, you'll be able to see the difference. It's slightly thicker. The colour will change depending on which mustard you use. Obviously we've used a Dijon mustard today, so we've got a little bit more of a yellow colour. If you're using a French mustard, it'd be much darker. And we're going to go in, like I say, it is about 3-to-1. A lot of it is judging it yourself as to when you get to the right consistency you're looking for your dressing. So we're just about there. And I'm not sure if you can see on the camera now, it's coming together as a nice thick dressing. It's not runny like the vinaigrette. So when we get to the stage where we think we're about right, we'll have a little taste. Everything needs tasting. It's actually a lot sweeter, it's a lot more rounded. It does need a little bit of seasoning. I think it needs a little bit more oil. Okay, before we serve, we'll just retaste and make sure that adjustment is right. And I'm quite happy with that now. So last little mixture, you can see on camera that it has come together. And the consistency, you can see there's a big difference between the vinaigrette and the French dressing. So we just bring those two together. You can see the difference in colour, there's a difference in texture and a difference in consistency. So the vinaigrette is a lot runnier than what the actual French dressing is. So again, uses coated on some salad leaves. You can use salad leaves in the winter, some salad leaves in the summer. Both are just as good, slightly different varieties. Personally for me, this in the winter on some winter leaves, absolutely beautiful. Then the vinaigrette, maybe more for use in the summer. Again, that's a personal preference.